I mean, in my mind, all of us are all just messengers in some way.
Oh, I love that.
Dramatic arts or bringing, you look at the news, they're bringing people on to give people information that hopefully enlightens, makes their lives better.
Zoom in just a little bit there. Right, I understand what you mean. Oh, it's just this monitor, excuse me. I was a little worried about my key behind me, Jan. You're doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you, Rodney.
Oh, yes. All right, let's hear it for Jan and Joel, because these guys, they came in, they volunteered to help me. First I arrived to be in my audience, then I put them to work. This is an interactive show. And then not only do they do this great work, then they start bringing me people to interview, and it's just great. They bring me Stanley Livingston from My Three Sons. I'm blown away by that.
That's the way the business works.
Let's hear it, let's hear it. Yeah.
People don't realize this is a networking business. You know, you meet people, they introduce you to other people, and nobody knows who knows who.
That's so true.
And that's what it's all about. And I mean, these guys are all here working.
Yeah.
This is the way to do it. You learn by doing that job, that job, that job,
gosh,
the job I do.
I have to pinch myself. Is this real? Is this really happening? I'm just getting chills. I mean, I like to envision my show as classic television because you have to do that. You have to just look at it that way. But it's like when I come up against you in person, it's like I'm not worthy. It's like My Three Sons. Come on, that's classic. You know?
Yeah, I'm just something that crawled out of the manhole, man.
That's
cool. We're just
cool.
from another era. It's just like Twilight Zone.
That's
I mean, who
beautiful.
knows where TV's really going? I mean, all this could just end up on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. And I always I have this.
What is TV?
You're so right. And I have this interesting thing about the future and the past. And I read a book by Deepak Chopra, The Way of the Wizard, and he talks about Merlin the magician living backward through time, the opposite in time. You know, so sometimes I think of the past as the future. In other words, I think of your show as this innovative thing where innovative series that now we're basing things on that. Not as much as we should, because that was great classic television. Now there's a lot of trash out there, but a lot of it stems from that. That was the original.
It is.
So that's like the future.
And you can imagine how weird and in terms of the juxtaposition for me. Because I can get up, I look at TV and I go, "Ooh, I'm 9 years old today. Tomorrow I'm watching a show and I'm like 13 or 23. And then it goes back to 14 again. So you're going, oh, whoa, this is trippy. You know?
Oh, it is.
There I am. And I know that's me, but it feels weird.
That's wild and weird hearing it, man. That sounds cool. I mean, that must be so surreal. That's what I was thinking on my way over
here. It's like
here.
that Jim Carrey movie where he's being filmed.
Right.
And you're going,
Truman Show.
That's me.
Yeah.
It's like my life has kind of been like that.
Oh, that's neat.
You'll pop up on TV and people go, oh, I saw in this movie last night. You look like you're about 7 years old. Or somebody will see some movie I did in the 70s and go, you look like about 30 there.
Oh, wow. Oh, I know there's so many people out there that would love to be in those shoes, that just to have that reference. And
well, that's the cool thing about, I think, the era we live in. This is more accessible to people than ever before, and I think it's important, even if you're not really going to be showbiz and an actor, to have some sort of experience behind a camera where you can get up and talk about things, whether it's your work, whether you're in a corporation or in a business, to feel comfortable doing it.
That's great. I want to bring Joel on, because Joel, you guys are so kind to bring Stanley my way. So, Joel, I want you to, do we get a chair? Yeah, let's have Stanley in the middle. I'm going to get
Somebody
you
I'm
interested in acting.
Yeah, that's cool.
What should I do, Stanley? Good to see you.
Have a seat.
Hey, oh, great. Yeah, I'll stay here. Yeah, this is so much fun. I don't want to leave, Stanley. It's so cool just to be hanging.
There you go.
Yeah, let's take three. Let's hear a question.
Stanley.
Da-da-da.
I know you 20 years this year.
Yeah,
Or
20 years. Yeah.
When did you start this project?
The Actor's Journey?
The Actor's Journey.
I got the idea for it in 1995. Started researching it, and researching really, we put about 5 years into researching what we thought were the problems actors were having. Meaning getting work, because that's really what it all boils down to. After your training, you get training, whether you're going to Yale or Harvard, or you're going to an academy in New York, or whether you're going to junior college. What do you want to do after you get your training? You want to work.
Sure.
And that is the problem.
I don't know if people remember, your real brother, Barry, was earning on the show.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks for bringing that up.
There's a lot I know that I won't bring up.
I call my real.
I know a lot of things that I won't bring up.
I would love it if you guys could both come in.
Okay. All right. He still
He works as an actor. He was just in You Don't Mess with the Zohan with Adam Sandler. He was in The Zodiac last year. It was on an episode, I know, of Mad Men. I can't keep up with him. He's working every week.
He's the
journeyman actor. He does what you're supposed to do. He gets out there, he makes all his calls, gets his material out, and he gets hired just about every other week on a different show.
Last I saw his son, he was a child. Now he's a father.
Spencer's 19.
He's 19. Where does the time go? Where does the time go?
My daughter's going to be 40 this year.
How many kids do you have?
Just one.
Oh, really? What's her name?
Samantha.
Oh, that's a pretty name. 3 minutes we have, so I have to, excuse me for interrupting, but thank you, Joel, for coming in, talking to us. Really, I want to just ask you a couple more questions. Do you watch very much TV?
I watch the History Channel. I guess I'm giving my age away.
That's what Stanley and I have in common. We call it the Hitler Channel.
Oh, really? Okay.
I ruined our TV set. I burned the H.
It is true. It's burned in the side of the screen.
Oh, really?
It's burned in there.
Oh, wow, that's funny. And then also, how about when you were a kid? Did you watch much TV? You probably didn't have time. You were working.
Yeah, no, I did then. But when you're doing the funny part is I never really watched My Three Sons.
Oh, really?
I watched Bewitched. I watched McHale's Navy, which were kind of the competitors to our show. But you figure out, okay, I know how the show ended that week, so what did I want to watch it for?
Sure, yeah.
And I had my own favorites.
And your show was filmed at Desilu, correct?
Yeah, it was filmed at Desilu,
so there was
which
a lot
is
of
the
other
old
shows.
RKO
Right.
studios.
So did you beat Lucy?
Oh yeah, Lucy shot on the stage next to her, so I'd see her all the time. Or
we'd go over watch her.
No, she was really. I remember she bought a big white Lincoln Continental, and I was looking, and she said, "You want to go for a ride?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So she took me around.
She drove you?
She drove me around a lot.
That's cool.
Down the street, they were shooting Star Trek, My Favorite Martian, Hogan's Heroes,
right?
Lassie. So all those people were like my friends.
They sold that off to Paramount, correct?
Yeah, the lot was sold to Paramount, and it's a new era.
And how about, did you hang out with other child actors? Like, did you guys have a rat pack, if you will? I call it maybe a mouse pack. Maybe a Mickey Mouse pack. Did you?
I knew them all, but I really didn't hang out with them. My friends were all the guys I grew up in the streets with in Hollywood. I was
cool.
Wilcox and Lexington, that building right on the corner there, I'm still friends with all the same guys.
Oh, really?
I've known them
And
since
Stanley
I was 5
had a
years old.
great parents. I didn't know his mother, but I knew his father for a while. He was alive, and you couldn't ask for a better father. They
And we had show business parents because they just said, look, you want to do this, do it. The second you don't want to do it anymore, just let us know and you're out.
Oh, that's
They
cool.
never pushed us.
They didn't steal. They didn't steal his money.
Did you think of your father yesterday when the inauguration?
I did. I would have liked for him to have seen that.
Same
And
here.
my uncle who recently passed away. Both those guys. My
Uncle
dad.
Bernard.
Credits.
my
We need
Uncle Bernard.
credits now. Yeah. Right. You same
Best
here.
friends.
We're almost out of time. Oh God.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I would love my dad to come back. Like right after, actually, it would have been cool to see the inauguration. But how about like once this starts happening while he's in office? Can you imagine? I imagine my dad coming back going, "Wait a minute. There's a black guy that's a president. You know, is he president? You know, he would just flip out. I think.
Yeah.
And think it would,
Well, usually in the movies,
My dad
asteroids are
would've
hitting when
loved
there's
it.
a black president.
Right, yeah. But anyway, I want to thank you, Stanley.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, audience. UNC men, come on in, everybody, and say goodbye.
God bless
We'll see you next
everybody.
week, all right? We'll see you next week. It's been great.
God bless.
These are all my friends, all my help.
God bless ya.
God
bless
ya.
Hi, Paula. Come on the show.
Hello, West Hollywood.
Hello.